Hi, Peter McCormck. I hope this video finds you. We did try sending one the other day, but I think it seemed to get stuck in the mailing system, the emailing system. I'm a big fan of the show, actually, the podcast. I also like how you are, a normal man running normal small businesses in your own town and wanting to do good for your town. I'm not quite sure when you kind of go, oh, I'm not that intelligent. I think that hides a secret level, secret level of intelligence. Just because I can tell from the responses that you have to a lot of your guests. Anyway, I then watched a few of the Bitcoin ones, which obviously I know is where you got started. And I was thinking, how on earth can they have done 600 episodes on Bitcoin? And then when I started listening to a couple, I'm thinking, oh, there's all these details in the background that you'd have no clue about. Anyway, stop waffling on. I'd like to have a chat to you about flytheflag.uk. Potentially see whether we can do an interview on your podcast. Because I think there's a good story to this, really, that we need to be promoting flying the Union Jack, really. The only reason why I've got flytheflag.uk through it is for people to see that it's part of a campaign rather than just Union Jacks. It's not about me selling flags. I couldn't care less about that. I've got enough other businesses going on. Which is probably what helps me being drawn to. I know that you've been involved in a few things and are still involved in a few things. So I've got quite a varied history. Originally from the fairground business, been selling mobile phones when I left the fairground business. Had a chain of beauty salons. In construction, build new houses, sell them. Now predominantly convert property to apartments and rent them out. Got several hundred of those, so we're a pretty big, I'd say one of the biggest private landlords, actually. Anyway, but I think the story here is really that in the last 30 or 40 years, the UK has lost all sense of its identity, which I don't really think anybody can deny. And whilst the problems of the country are multifaceted, lots of people would go, well, what can I do about it? Or where would you start? Or I'm only one person, I've only got a vote. I can't do vote because I've got a job, I could lose my job, I could lose my business, etc., etc. Which is all kind of true, but also me and you could lose our businesses, couldn't we? I could have tenants move out because I've put some of the biggest flags in Britain on some of my buildings, which you'll see on Facebook. But I believe that if we can get just a simple gesture of flying the Union Jack, whether it's on a sticker on the back of your phone, whether it's a sticker on your car window, your house window, but really with the view that we make it like America, where the stars and stripes are everywhere, where people honour the flag. People look up to the flag more than say they look up to the presidency, because it goes beyond political means. So the second fastest thing I know to turn people off listening is politics, and the other one faster than that is religion. So if we're going to try and engage people in their own country, not just to feel like, oh, we're just going to take, well, why I keep taking benefits, or the politicians, we all know, we think they're only ever on the take. But if we're going to try and get people to have pride in their country, to have children here, to try and build businesses here, to get jobs here and pay taxes here, we need to try and instill that sense of pride again. Now, I know this is only a flag, but I have had some great responses. My cars are all fully Union Jacked up, flagpoles on them, and my motorbike's the same, my Ferrari's the same. Well, it's just a temporary flagpole on the Ferrari, because I'm selling that to help fund this campaign, actually. But it does look mega. I'll send you the pictures when I get them back. But I think people do need minor things. Most people are busy at work, even if they wanted to get involved. They haven't got the time to do what me and you can do. So I'm trying to give people a nudge to go, well, at least do this. I'm not saying vote Reform, I'm not saying vote Labour, not trying to beat none of that, but just trying to go, if we want a better country, there's something we should be proud of. If you look at some of the worst countries in the world, the people in that country are still proud of the flag of that country because it's their home, they take ownership of it. If you hear some of the responses that I've had by, not immigrants, by liberal, woke, so-called educated middle-class women, there's a video on my Facebook of one who rang in. You cannot believe she's shook when she saw this giant flag. She thinks it's unfair on the people, the non-white people, she said, that do such a brilliant job in the NHS. Honestly, they are completely deluded. I get just as many positive responses from all ethnicities and cultures because generally speaking, until the last, 20 years, people came in and saw it as a great privilege that they got access to this country. They were pleased, they were grateful, and therefore they wanted to pay tax and do a good job and create a future here. But obviously the liberal, woke, middle class, or certainly a large amount of them, are virtue signalling or just indoctrinated to turn around and say, oh, that flag it's racist, it's a symbol of oppression, which is clearly not true, because like I've said to multiple people, then why have people come here then? The reason why we're getting the kind of troubles that we're having is because we are so welcoming, we are so liberal, that we are letting them wash away our own British culture. I don't want to say Christian culture, I say British values, because I don't really like the idea of organised religion. But let's face it, we are really talking about Christian type British values. Do unto others as you'd have done, do unto yourself. Live and let live, be polite. So I don't want the video to be long. If you can get back to me, that would be great. Even if it's just say you don't think it's quite a thing, or if we can talk a bit more. I just kind of want to give you a bit of a video so you could kind of see I'm reasonably erudite. I can handle myself in conversation, because obviously the other accusation you get with any of this kind of stuff, there's people putting the flags up, oh, they're all Neanderthals, the council house wallers are on benefits, this, that. I've done several videos going, well, I'm not, am I? Look at my house. Look at what I've got. Look how I speak. I'm not. I can see that this is something that I think the country is ready for. Cheers anyway, peace out, and congratulations on the podcast. And I believe Bedford Town's doing well, aren't they? See you soon.